Hello, everyone. My name is Mr. Maslowski. I'm a teacher here at Woodstown High School and a member of the Communications Academy. Um, Part of what we are going to be doing today, as my students have just finished reading The Tragedy of Julius Caesar, is staging a press conference in lieu of Julius Caesar's assassination. Students had the chance to formulate press releases, draft questions as members of the media, and prepare opening statements as a way to, announce this event to the Roman public and to ultimately kind of show how this situation could have gone a lot better if they had the proper press training. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Tonight we are here to address the assassination of Julius Caesar. To my left, we will have representatives from the conspirators, Marcus Junius Brutus and Caius Cassius. And then to my right, we will have the representatives from the Second Triumvirate, Octavius Caesar and Mark Antony. Each group will have time to say each side of their story, and then we will give time to the press to ask any questions they may have. The first group that we will address is the conspirators.
Fellow Romans, I'm speaking to you not as someone trying to defend his actions or shift the blame, but rather someone trying to show you all why this assassination had to take place. Caesar was a powerful man, yes, but what this power would lead him to do was what our group was concerned about and took action against. He was an ambitious man, a man who only cared about who and what he could get out of his reign, not the people or the country or your feelings. Some may find this hard to believe because his power hadn't peaked in potential yet, but we've seen it in the way he treats those close to him and the manipulation he has displayed to you all. A lot of you may believe that I did this in cold blood, that we betrayed our own friend. However, this is not the case. I grieve just as much as the next person, maybe more. Caesar was my friend, but so are the people of this country, and that is where my priorities lie. Just as I deserve to be killed if my ambitions outweighed the greater good of Rome, Caesar had to die. I will leave you all with this final thought before we move on. Would you rather that Caesar were living and we would all go to our graves as slaves, or that Caesar were dead and we all lived as free men?
Now we will turn the floor to the Second Triumvirate.
I'm very pleased to be in this wonderful empire. Although I'm not happy about the current situation is now in, as you have heard over and over, the conspirators who were loyal and supporters of Caesar decided to assassinate my friend. But on the Ides of March, now because of this tragic loss, we are working day and night to replace him. Although we know that no one will be as great as Caesar, we know that there must be someone out there who can help our Rome. Thank you all for being here, and condolences to Calpurnia, Caesar's wife.
Now the press can ask any questions they would like to ask either group.
Hello, I'm Mr. Kaiser from the history department here. I have a question for the conspirator side. What sort of political implications, are happening now once an event of this scale happens, and what's your plan to deal with the chaos that kind of has ensued within not just the Roman citizenry, but the chaos within the government as well?
So obviously there's a lot of turmoil at the moment, but not among just the people, but also with hearing remarks from people around us. As the conspirators, it's not exactly our job to have to deal with what's going on. We're going to try and contribute to what we can and put forth our efforts, but as it seems that most people are against us at the moment, we're trying to do our best to keep things under control while letting the government handle what they want to.
This is a question for Antony. How can you justify your support for Caesar when others have seen him as a tyrant?
For one, he was my friend for everything that he had done. He had tried to make Rome a better place than it was before. As right now, Rome has become a worse place than it was. Caesar had made everybody love Rome except for the conspirators, and everybody that loved him are going to miss him very much and understand what state we are going to be in, trying to find a new governmental leader that will help us.
I have a question for Cassius. What were your motives behind assassinating Caesar?
My motive, mostly Brutus's motive, our motive was for the honor of Rome. We wanted to do this for the people to save you all. We did this for you, and you, for all of you, in honor.
I have a question for Brutus. Were there any discussions among the conspirators about the potential consequences of this act?
I mean, obviously we considered it. You know, our lives are at stake, but what we wanted was more for Rome, and if it was going to cost us our lives, we wanted the people to at least be able to live freely and the way they wanted to and not have to deal with a tyranny kind of situation. So,
this question's for Brutus. What were the main reasons that led you and the conspirators to decide that Caesar needed to be assassinated?
ultimately, it came down to what the people wanted. We had heard remarks, we had heard comments about things going on within the public, about him manipulating people, disregarding people's advice and opinions, and ultimately doing what he wanted to do, which would later down the road lead to potential overthrows of government and downfalls in Rome. So this was ultimately to save our future and to save the people that are here now.
This next question is for Octavius. How do you see the power dynamics shifting in Rome after this event, and what role do you envision for yourself moving forward?
I envision chaos to ensue with no current establishment of leadership like we once had with Caesar. I hope we can all more so band together to figure out a better leadership, even though we had arguably the best leader we've ever had. Maybe I can become leader one day and assist as much as I can, but from there I don't have much vision, but I want to.
This question is for Anthony. Do you think there's anything you could have done to prevent the assassination?
I mean, it's not like we knew that it was going to happen. It was kind of a spur of the moment. Like, everybody banded up in the Capitol building and decided to kill Caesar. If we had, like, something to show us that that was going to happen, we probably could have stopped it and got them arrested and thrown in jail and protected Caesar. But other than that, we couldn't do anything else.
I have a question for Cassius. Were you and Caesar friends?
Caesar and I were acquaintances, but we had different views of how we wanted the future of Rome. Personally, I think my way was more beneficial.
This question is for Antony. Do you know what Caesar's final words meant?
I feel like he was just kind of confused and upset why Brutus was doing that to him, and how one of his friends could betray him as badly as Brutus did. Like, I could tell that Brutus probably felt bad about it because they say that they're sad. I don't know what they're feeling, but Caesar definitely didn't really understand why his friend was doing that to him.
This next question is for Octavius. So, now that Caesar has been killed, how do you think it will lead to peace or more conflict?
Do I think it will lead to more peace or more conflict?
Yeah, now that he's been killed, how do you think it would lead to more peace or more conflict?
I think it'll lead to more conflict with not having Caesar as leader. He had a lot established, and with not having him and a lot of conspiracies that had no base to them being flown around and him being killed for it, it's going to lead to a mass divide of people, and the truth will need to be seen some point or another. And the truth is that he was a good leader and he did not do anything these people say he did.
We would like to thank the press for their informative questions and the representatives from each group for taking their time to answer them thoroughly. More information will be given out soon. Have a good day, everyone. Roma Invicta.